It was a brisk Monday morning in Greenville, a city buzzing with life as people hustled to work, school, and errands. The number 42 bus was packed as usual, its seats occupied by tired commuters, and its aisles crowded with those standing. Among them was Jasmine Carter, a radiant, visibly pregnant woman in her late 20s. She boarded the bus at Willow Street, her face warm despite the cold air, carrying a small shopping bag. Jasmine scanned the bus, hoping to find a seat. Most were taken, but her eyes landed on one man seated by the window, engrossed in his phone. He appeared to be in his mid-30s, with neatly combed blonde hair and a sharp suit, an image of success and self-assuredness. She approached politely. "Excuse me, sir. Would you mind if I sit here? I'm expecting and it's a little hard to stand." Without even looking up, the man muttered, "Find another seat." Several passengers overheard. A murmur rippled through the bus, and a middle-aged woman nearby whispered, "That's not right." Jasmine hesitated, her smile fading slightly. She tried again. "I understand it's busy, but it would really help me if you—" The man looked up this time, his expression hard. "I said no. I got here first. Take it up with someone else." Jasmine didn't want to cause a scene, so she stepped back, gripping the nearest pole for balance. Her hand trembled slightly, but she held her head high. The bus hit a bump and she stumbled. A kind elderly man nearby stood and offered his seat, which she gratefully accepted. But the tension in the bus lingered. Whispers filled the air as passengers exchanged glances, clearly judging the man's actions. The bus continued its route, stopping at Maple Avenue. At that moment, a child tripped while walking past the seated man, spilling a juice box onto his polished shoes. He recoiled, loudly exclaiming, "Watch it, kid! These are expensive!" His outburst drew disapproving stares from the crowd, and Jasmine noticed the child's mother apologizing profusely. Feeling emboldened by the growing unease in the bus, Jasmine turned to him. "You didn't have to talk to her son like that. You could have just asked politely." The man's face darkened. "You people always think you can tell others what to do." Gasps echoed throughout the bus. Jasmine froze, and then something inside her snapped. She stood, her voice calm but firm. "I didn't ask for much, just for you to show a little kindness. I guess that's too much for someone like you." The man stood abruptly, his face red with anger. "You're not gonna lecture me!" He shoved her shoulder, causing her to stumble back into another passenger. The bus screeched to a halt as the driver yelled, "Hey! You don't touch a woman, especially a pregnant one!" The bus erupted into chaos. Some passengers shouted at the man, others helped Jasmine back to her feet. She looked shaken but unharmed. "Call the police!" someone shouted. The man sneered, "For what? She's fine. You people are so dramatic." Jasmine's voice, though trembling, cut through the noise. "You'll regret this." Just then, the driver's radio crackled. A voice came through. "Dispatch, we've got a disturbance on the 42 bus. Officers en route." The man scoffed, brushing invisible lint from his jacket. "Yeah, good luck with that. Let's see who they believe." Moments later, the bus door swung open, and 2 police officers stepped inside. Their presence commanded silence. The passengers eagerly pointed to the man, explaining what had happened. As one officer began taking statements, the other turned to Jasmine. "Ma'am, are you all right?" Jasmine nodded but kept her eyes on the man. Then, with a faint smile, she said, "My husband will want to hear about this." The man's smirk faltered. "Oh, your husband's a lawyer or something? Big deal." One officer stiffened, suddenly recognizing Jasmine. "Wait, Mrs. Carter?" The bus grew silent. The officer stepped aside, pulling out his radio. "Chief Carter, sir, we have your wife here on the 42nd. She's fine, but there's a situation." The man's face turned pale. "Chief Carter?" "Yes," Jasmine said calmly, her voice now filled with quiet power. "Chief Anthony Carter, head of the Greenville Police Department." "My husband." The weight of her words sank in like a stone. The other passenger's eyes widened in realization, and a wave of satisfaction rippled through the crowd. Within minutes, another squad car arrived. Stepping out was Anthony Carter himself, a tall, imposing figure with a calm yet commanding presence. He strode onto the bus, his eyes locking onto his wife first, ensuring she was unharmed. "Jasmine," he said softly, taking her hand. Then he turned to the man, his gaze icy. "This is the man?" The man stammered, his arrogance now completely gone. I didn't know she was your wife. It was a misunderstanding." Chief Carter's voice was steady but laced with steel. "You didn't need to know who she was. You just needed to be a decent human being." The officers escorted the man off the bus, charging him with assault and public disturbance. The passengers applauded as he was taken away, vindicating Jasmine and affirming the city's commitment to justice. As the bus began moving again, Chief Carter remained by Jasmine's side. She leaned her head against his shoulder, exhausted but grateful. "I didn't mean for this to happen," she murmured. "You didn't deserve it either," Anthony replied, his arm protectively around her. The passengers began to chatter again, the tension lifting as kindness and justice prevailed. One by one, they offered Jasmine words of encouragement and support. By the time the bus reached its final stop, the story had spread far beyond the vehicle. It wasn't just about a man refusing to give up his seat. It was a reminder of the power of standing up for what's right and the strength that comes from solidarity and justice. As Jasmine stepped off the bus, her husband by her side, she glanced back at the passengers, offering them a warm smile. In that moment, she knew the lesson of the day had resonated far beyond her own experience. Sometimes, she thought, justice finds you in the most unexpected places. Thank you for watching this story all the way to the end. What do you think about this powerful tale of courage, consequences, and unexpected connections? Have you ever witnessed or experienced a moment like this that left a lasting impact? Share your thoughts, experiences, or perspectives in the comments below. We'd love to hear from you. If this story touched your heart, please show your support by liking the video and sharing it with friends or family who would appreciate its message. Your engagement helps us continue creating meaningful and emotional stories like this one. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel if you haven't already, and turn on the notification bell to stay updated on our latest uploads. What kind of stories do you want to see next? Let us know in the comments, and we might feature your idea in an upcoming video. Thank you for being part of our community and for supporting our journey to share these incredible moments of life and humanity. See you in the next video. Take care and stay inspired.